I spent a lot of time with Donkey Kong Bananza, and I thought I'd take a minute here to kind of give you my impressions and thoughts on the game. I guess this can act as a little review. Either way, I have a few things to say about it, and maybe you want to hear them, maybe you don't. But either way, join me as we discuss Donkey Kong Bananza. So, what made me want to sit down and talk about this game was the fact that people were saying it is a huge Game of the Year contender. And the first thing I'll tell you is it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's a good game, but I don't think it's a Game of the Year contender. And I'm not sure why people are saying that exactly. I think it's probably because that this game is filling the void that I think a lot of people my age have been missing, and that is a collectathon. And it took me a minute to register what I was playing. When I first booted it up, I didn't know what to expect. I hadn't really seen any previews. I saw a few clips of like someone running around, but nothing crazy. So I wasn't sure what I was getting with this game. It was a platformer, maybe. It was some kind of puzzle game. It was a side scroller. No idea, really. And then I got into it, and once you get past that mind level, life is very, very good, and it becomes like a more of a sandbox game, open world-ish, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff to do. And I realized I was doing the same couple things over and over again, getting as many bananas as I could in random locations, and then getting a whole bunch of fossils. It felt really fun to see all those map markers up there when you get those maps, and then you go and find the banana, you find the treasure, you find the fossil, whatever it may be, and there's incentive to keep digging all the time. And I realized that it's a collectathon, much like Mario Odyssey. And then I found out, by the way, that the Mario Odyssey team pretty much made this or worked on it. I don't know exactly, but it's a collectathon. It's a fun collectathon. It really is. If scratches that itch, in fact, it reminds me more of the DK64 era than anything else. I played Tropical Freeze; it was fun, but it definitely is a collectathon game, in my opinion. It's just there to get those numbers up, add things, look for things, search them out. That's fun. So it makes it a fun game. There's platforming challenges here and there. There's some combat challenges too that mix things up. Every level is just loaded down though with a lot of things to discover and just to mess around with and collect. It's a collectathon. I've said collectathon a lot. I guess I don't know how else to describe it. It's that's what it is, more or less.
You're collecting things.
Yeah,
You're
you're
running
collecting
around,
things.
you're destroying things and
You're
collecting
destroying things,
things.
collecting it. I think the fun part about it is that the act of destroying the environment to find stuff is just so enjoyable. It's repetitive as heck, and it hurts after a while. And it is a very, very, very repetitive game. So the things I like about it, these big open sandbox worlds that are filled with tons of stuff to explore, and no matter where you're exploring or what you're breaking through in the rocks, the ground, the sky, whatever it may be, you will find reason, treasure to keep going there, and there's always reason to keep digging and keep exploring. That's a lot of fun. I like that there's some kind of point talent system there to keep you motivated when you get those bananas, because getting the bananas becomes also pretty repetitive, but fun to discover them. And the talent system gives you a reason to keep wanting to discover more bananas. So that's pretty cool too. There's also costumes that actually give you stats. So there's a lot of obstacles in the game that can be not avoided entirely, but their burden greatly reduced by a lot of the costumes you get for Donkey Kong and Pauline. So that's fun too. There's actually a use to that. And the color stuff, the cosmetic stuff, that's fun. All this stuff is really fun and cool and neat, and it makes a great little package. But it's still fun to play. Game of the year? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it being the greatest game ever. I just see it being a really fun, enjoyable game. That's what it is. In terms of like, I don't think it's doing a whole lot of crazy new stuff. I will say this: the fact that you can destroy pretty much everything in the environment is really impressive. At least from me, from a technical standpoint, like everything you see is pretty much destructible. That's cool, and the gameplay is a lot of fun to just keep smashing. But again, it's a very like one note kind of game. That's pretty much what you're doing. Now, I'm not done with the game yet. I'm pretty sure I'm almost to the end, but I don't think the gameplay is going to change very much at all. It is fun though to explore the levels, and that's what makes it a good game. 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. You know what? 8 out of 10 if I had to give it a score. But definitely not a perfect game. I keep seeing it. People are like tripping over themselves to recommend this game as the greatest thing to ever happen to anything on God's green earth. And I just don't see it. I'm enjoying it. My kids enjoy it. We're having fun with it. But I just don't see Game of the Year here. It really is good old fashioned, mindless fun where you're just collecting a ton of random stuff. And that's what makes it so much fun to play. Consequently, it is very, very, very repetitive. It is very repetitive. You will be smashing grounds, and it's fun, but you'll be doing that a lot. You're endlessly collecting bananas. You're looking for bananas. You're smashing through the ground to find treasure chests that have maps to more bananas. It's very, very repetitive. The gameplay loop is just kind of a one-trick pony. That's okay. It's a fun loop, but it's very, very repetitive. And I think that's, to me, what makes it really not a Game of the Year contender, is that it's a very simple, repetitive gameplay. But one of the issues I think that would probably get me in trouble if I say this out loud is that Nintendo games aren't made for me. I'm 39. they're made for my kids. They're made for an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old. They're not made to be thoroughly taken apart, dismantled, and enjoyed by someone my age. We can play them, I can play it and enjoy it, but one of the issues I see all the time is that people who are either older than me, my age, get into this groove where it's the best thing ever, or it has to have some like deeper meaning behind it, or there have to be complex gameplay mechanics and things have to be crazy complicated. It's not meant for me. It's meant for my kids. It's like how Pokemon releases the same game pretty much every other year because it's not meant for me who's played Pokemon since whatever it was 1998. It's meant for a new generation of kids to, I guess you can say, pick up, play, fall in love with, and enjoy. That's what these kind of games are meant for. So it's enjoyable for all ages, but it's not really meant for people my age. It's meant for someone my kid's age. That's okay. That's what Nintendo does. That's why Super Mario Odyssey, although I thought it was okay, it was fun, that'll be some kid's Mario 64. That'll be some kid's Super Mario World. That'll be some kid's Mario Brothers 3, which is my Mario Brothers 3. That's when I always go to. It's the first one I played. My memories are made with that, and I do play Mario games subsequently, but nothing will ever capture the magic like that game did. But that's what Nintendo does. That's why they have all these long-running series. They establish a franchise. Every 3 or 4 years, they release a new game in that franchise. New generation of kids comes through. That's their game that they grew up with and will have intense nostalgia for, which is great. I always like to see young gamers coming up and learning what they like, what they don't like, experience the new and the old. It's good stuff. But for what this is, it's a very enjoyable game. I've spent hours with it. It's good mindless fun, it's good collectathon fun, and it's great for all ages. So I recommend Donkey Kong Bananza. I think you should pick it up. I don't think it's game of the year. I think it's a fantastic, solid title, and I'm sticking to it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next one.